Hi there. Today we'll be informing you all on donating blood and hoping to persuade you all into maybe donating blood and helping save someone's life. I'm Sierra Kunkel.
I'm Lucy Sanos.
I'm Kaylee Winger. And I'm Kelsey Bennett.
He came out with a massive tumor on his leg. It was bleeding uncontrollably. He lost 5 times his volume of blood. Getting blood was such an important part of saving his life. Without blood, Quinn would have died. When people asked what they could do to help, the only thing that I could think of was to donate blood. I kept thinking that Quinn might not survive, but I wanted something positive to come out of the experience. If we save more lives by getting people to donate blood, then at least his life had some meaning.
That was Quinn Basso. He was born with a tumor on his leg, which continued to bleed out, as you saw. However, he was lucky. He was able to get blood transfusions that saved his life in the end. However, he did have to have his leg amputated, but today he is a healthy toddler running around with his brothers and sisters, throwing food at the table, giving his mother a hug. And currently he's learning to walk with a fish toy, and doctors say he should be walking on his own in about 2 months. And it's because of people who took the time out of their day and donated blood. The objective of this presentation today is to persuade you all to take an hour out of your day and donate blood and hopefully save someone's life. 2 weeks ago, we all went down to the Coastal Bend Regional Blood Center and donated blood. However, Kaylee was the only one who was able to that day, and I donate double red blood cells every 16 weeks. The topics we'll be discussing today: why you should donate, the eligibility requirements, the process of donating, as well as first-time donors information.
So, why should you donate? One reason is that blood transfusions save lives. There is no substitute for human life, so our donations are needed in order to save the lives that it needs. Another reason is every 2 seconds someone needs a blood transfusion. Just 1 pint of blood separated into components can help save up to 3 lives. 20% of recipients are children. Many are cancer patients or like babies born with defects like Quinn. Apart from that, about 1 in 7 people entering hospitals need blood. Lastly, it offers a way for you to give back to your community.
A few of the requirements are: you need to be in good health. You must be 17 or older, weigh at least 110 pounds. You cannot be sick, and with being sick, you can't have a cold or a sore throat. If you have either, they'll send you home, tell you to get better, and come back once you're up to par. Also, you must have normal blood pressure, normal pulse, as well as a normal temperature. You cannot be pregnant, nor can you have received any antibiotics for an active infection recently, nor can you have recently had tattoos or piercings in the past 6 months.
After meeting the requirements, there's still a couple of steps you have to keep in mind. The first one would be stay hydrated. Make sure before you go in, you drink plenty of cold liquids, preferably water. Also, wear comfortable clothing, preferably something that's sleeveless or something that, if it has a sleeve, it rolls up easily. Also, maintain a high level of iron by eating a rich meal in iron, such as steak or kale. Also, bring a list of medications because there's some medications that prevent you from donating. Also, bring an ID, with a driver's license or a school ID or even a passport would work. And bring a friend because it'll make the donating process much easier. And just sit back and relax. The first step would be registering. Here's Kaylee filling out some questions, and they're just basic questions. Some of the questions are if you're over 18, if you're a smoker, if you ever drink alcohol, if you're pregnant, if you've been out of the country in the last 6 months, if you've had any tattoos or piercings within the last 6 months, so just basic questions like that. The second step would be qualifying. What they would do, they're going to take a small sample of blood, and what they're going to do with that blood is they're going to test your iron as well as your glucose. They're also going to test your temperature, your pulse, and your blood pressure. And it will also go by the history provided to see whether or not you qualify. The third step would be donating. The biggest part is the needle, for those of you who are like terrified of needles. It only takes like a 1 second, and it's like an ant bite. You just sit there and relax and squeeze the stress ball and let the blood flow. Finally, the last step would be relaxing. After they remove all the donation materials, they will have you raise your arm for like about a minute or two, just to make sure the blood doesn't like flow out, I don't know, come out, and to make sure you don't pass out. And while you're sitting there, you're gonna enjoy some complimentary refreshments, which include like cookies, water, Gatorade, and stuff like that.
So first-time donor information, here's some tips to get over needles. It helps save lives. 1 donation equals saving up to 3 lives. You can also educate yourself, and this will help you get an easier process while you're there. You can also inform the front desk when you get there before you register, and they will go in the back with you, and they will be by your side during this process. You can also take back their a music player or a book if you don't like seeing yourself get picked at. You can also take a friend with you, and by that you're saving more lives, and maybe it'll be easier for you to donate. You can remember to hydrate yourself. Drink an extra 16 ounces of liquid before as well as after, and to have a healthy meal before your donation. Avoid foods high in fat prior to your donation. Today, we went over why you should donate, the eligibility requirements to donate, the process, and also information that first-time donors should know. Although an estimated 38% of the U.S. population is eligible to donate blood, less than 10% do so annually. It's simple, safe, and it saves lives. Some places that you can go to donate blood would be the Coastal Bend Blood Center off of SPID, and also a blood bus that comes on campus once a week located by the parking garage. The power of 1 is powerful. Just taking 1 hour out of your day can help save someone's life, like Quinn.